Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another revival series of the Speedex S19. We're going to be doing a lot more today than we did yesterday now that we have at least got the starting process out of the way. If you have not seen the first video on this beast, it was just posted. Well, it'll be posted a few hours to a day ago from this video anyway. Recently posted, go check that out just so you keep up with the series, keep in touch with everything. It was a complete barn find, $100. It was last started 26 years ago, ran when it was parked 26 years ago. It's a brand new engine back then. Early 1980s is when it was purchased. Now, I finally did my Walmart run. We got gasket maker, spark plug that looks just like the old one, so hopefully that fits. We got injector cleaner. I haven't ever tried that, but it'd be cool to test out with this. And then I got International Harvester paint. That's just temporary for a first coat, and then I'm going to do the actual tractor paint. It's Rust-Oleum, so that'll help us out. And high temp, it is for calipers, but I'm hoping it works for the engine because I didn't see any International Harvester color for the engine. So hopefully that paint will work out, but again, it's just temporary for now. As for the gasket maker, I doubt we're going to need it, but if we end up running into an issue and having to tear into something, we got it if we need it. Plus, I could do it for my other small engine services. And for the injector cleaner, I was reading the directions. It did say to use the entire bottle in a full tank of gas. But doing small engines, I only got 1 gallon gas tank, so I think we can get away with just a cap full. It indeed was the correct spark plug. Aside from my thumb being broken, it is going in there nice and easy as the last one felt. Now I gotta attempt to find a socket that'll fit that because the last one got stuck and tried stripping the head. Oh yeah, she went in there as smooth as a butter, as it should. Also, as you should, like and subscribe down below if you're not already, and leave a comment if you're enjoying this type of series so far. I don't know why my brain's not working no more. Must need an update. But anyway, yeah, if you're liking this, I give up. I think the first thing we'll start with today is our mini distributor, if that's what that is. Because I'm pretty sure that right there is our solenoid. Yeah, that's our solenoid. So that's got, I really don't know. That's got to be a mini distributor.
How should I know? I'm retarded.
Yeah, we're going to start on that today and see what the heck it really is. I'm sure it could just be a coil. I looked it up. It is just a coil, ignition coil. Basically a mini distributor, so that's pretty neat. I like how it's in the hood too. Same as all the other bolts, came right off. It's just a flat head paired with a 7/16 nut. I got those wire brush best I could. They would get painted over here with the body soon anyway, and we definitely gotta clean all that up first. Anyhow, I'm gonna start digging into this thing. I highly doubt I'm gonna have to tear into this thing. Cleaned it up just a tiny bit, no effort, and it looks absolutely mint. I've even pulled this little cap off, looked clean in there. However, I have no clue what this thing is. I cleaned it up. It was part of this coil here. Wires look pretty good. I am gonna replace this eyelid just because it's pretty loose and flimsy there. The other eyelid's great. Yeah, this was connected with this yellow wire here, so I have no clue what that is. Obviously, we'll put it back on there. We're gonna go ahead and put that eyelid on, clean this up a little more, and I'll get back. Okay, the coil's on there, all cleaned up. The wires are pretty snug, looking great. I'm gonna chase down the rest of these wires and clean them up. This one is gonna be a pain because I have no clue what that's running to. Surprisingly, there's nothing running to the fuel pump, but I believe that's just mechanical vacuum. And the other one's probably a ground and running to the plugs. Okay, I was wrong. This is the ground. I'm still not sure how it goes about, but that's the ground. And obviously the mounting point too. Here, I cleaned those all up. The rest of the wires are just going to the solenoid. No clue what that hanging wire is there. Might just be for the ignition, but I'm not sure. And we definitely got to clean up our grounds. It's self-explanatory. Take the bolt off, take a wire brush, clean it up till it's pretty much shiny again, and you're good to go. Also, this is not a ground wire. That is my starter wire. I'm just talking in general terms. I got to clean up the grounds because I'm sure they're not too pretty right now. We will be cleaning up the starter wire as well. Seriously, a huge shout out to the last owner of this tractor for taking huge care of it. I mean, seriously, every single bolt we've done so far, little tab drop of grease and she comes right off. However, I am probably gonna have to tear her into the starter because I was just able to get it to boot. She's like super frozen here, so we're gonna have to tear into that. So I moved on to taking the tank off due to solenoid being directly under it, so I can't get the last bolt. Check this out. Untouched, you can still see all the rust on it. The dust will not move. Take this ratchet. She's coming right off. So I have found out what this extra eyelid was for, and now this ground wire. That gauge on the dash, I just cleaned it up. That is an amp gauge, so we'll definitely be tying that into the battery. I think that'd be pretty cool to run. It was a heck of a process, but we got the solenoid cleaned up pretty dang good. Got every wire cleaned up, replaced as many bolts as I could. The rest I just cleaned up the best I could. Solenoid is back on, ignition's hooked back up. I'm gonna show you guys a little trick real quick. I'm sure we've all been there. You run into a time where you don't have the money for hardware, don't have a way there, or just don't feel like running out to grab new hardware. Future me talking, because I sounded like a complete idiot in this clip. But if you have an old rusty bolt and you're out in the middle of nowhere doing a barn find, or you just don't feel like spending an hour to wire brush it, just rub it on the concrete like so. It'll turn out like good as new. Obviously this one looked like crap. It was just an example with the weird hand motions, but there is another bolt coming up that I did end up getting looking like brand new, so it does work. We are running out of dang time on this thing to get it running today. I want to get it running today. I don't know if it'll focus there. Pretty dark clouds rolling in. They look a lot darker in person. I don't know what's going on there. Let's clean up our last wire here, our ground of course. When I tell you this thing is in mint condition, look at the frame just right there. That is insane. It's literally just the paint and surface rust that's coming off. And we're straight down to bare metal. I don't know why I just now thought about this, but I am going to change the terminals, obviously red, for this plus side of battery because it's just a black wire and it's a newer battery. And the ground wire, I think it's this side. Yeah, that is damn near ready to fail on us. So we're going to go ahead and put a new one on there. I mean, it'd be kind of hard not to tell which one is which because you can see the ground right there, but I think it'll clean it up having that red wire. Just got back from eating supper. I did get those wires switched over. Cleaned the gas tank, excuse me. Flushed it out, some water, and a little bit of nail polish remover. Got a new gas line on there. Get ready to tear the carb out of this bucket of oil and gas now. To see how that turned out, I figured out the throttle and the clutch does still work, or choke, I mean. So we'll be able to use those at least for a test. Now we'll swap them, just clean it up, smoother ride. But yeah, we're gonna tear this carburetor out. I still didn't find an O-ring gasket for the bowl, so we're gonna have to risk it with the gasket maker. Oh boy, I'm not ready for this. Well, I guess I didn't get no oil on my hands. She is absolutely drenched. I really don't see no rust through that oil though. We'll clean this up and we'll check it out. Like I said, we may be fine with just this gasket. I let it soak overnight as well. It's pretty much revived again. Well, did a great job on cleaning it, but it also unseized our idle problem. I'm able to wiggle it back and forth now, but I still have to hammer it to get completely to low idle and completely to high idle. It seems like it's catching right about there. I have no clue what in the world that would be. Possibly the pin that's on the top, but I don't know, I'm gonna keep whacking at it and see if it'll eventually free itself up. Well, ladies and gentlemen, after a little bit of persuasion, a whole can of brake clean and a whole can of lubricant, we have finally got her to break free. Moves super smooth too. I like how it's kind of tighter than normal, so that way if we don't have the throttle on there for some odd reason, it's not gonna like go back crap crazy and turn itself up. So now we're just moving on to praying that just this gasket and gasket maker works. Throw the float and bowl back on there, throw her on the tractor. And I think that's it. We should be ready to start it. Oh, we need the battery too. That's kind of a key part. Second note, we gotta wait like 10 more minutes. I completely forgot about the fuel pump. We're definitely gonna have to rip that off and clean it up. I wouldn't trust that just from the looks of the outside. I mean, they say never judge a book by its cover, but judging the carburetor, that's gonna need a clean. There was no need to judge the book by its cover. That thing is spotless inside. I don't know if you can hear it, but she's still pumping. I mean, I'm still gonna take it apart and clean it anyway, but that's flawless, man. Got her looking absolutely spotless. There is a bee going face to face with me right now. The gasket, it doesn't look too bad. There was a gasket maker on there. Just gonna pretend that nothing ever happened. Let's see if I'll get that back in there the way it's supposed to be anyway. Thing's already pumping gas at me. See, I'm super glad that this thing at least tells me which way is in and out. Because the kind of person like me, I would never know. I'd be sitting there like putting the thing in my mouth and seeing if it's shooting saliva or taking saliva. I know that sounds super bad, but don't demonetize me, YouTube. I don't know what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Y'all could just barely see the dang oil.
Oh my God, bro.
I'm sorry, y'all. I don't know what's going through my mind. My concussion's still in play. But if you ever happen to run into the issue where your gasket won't stay on your component or on the engine itself, take a little bit of tack grease. You want to go ahead and just put a little tiny bit on your finger like that. Put it on the back of the gasket. And this will not hurt your engine because they build engines with grease. And it'll also not hurt your component because it'll keep it lubed. And at the same time, it will keep your gasket from dry rotting. Now I'm just going to hope I am facing this the right way. And just like that, our gasket is stuck right there into place. It will move just a little bit. But that's only when something's touching it. Nothing at all. It's going to my favor today. Finally got these bolts in. About 10 minutes later. Only because they're so dang difficult to see where they're at. I'm kind of just guessing here. And it's somehow working. There we go. Third time's a charm, right? No. I think this is my 20th time. And that is now a charm or whatever. Never mind. You gotta be shitting me. At least I have one end to kind of guide me here. Cross your dang fingers for me. Send prayers. Send help. Something. Hey, there's one. Oh, I'm putting the car back together now. I think what I'm going to do with the snap gasket is leave it in there. And then just go around with the gasket sealer around the whole entire thing. It'll patch the crack and also give us an extra gasket. And then we can go ahead and just throw our other one right on top. Oh man, I made that cut a little too small. Yeah, we're basically just doing a super thin layer on top of this in case it does crack. It'll just reseal itself up with this gasket maker. Those of you that are curious, it is Ultra Red Gasket Maker High Temp from Permatex. I don't know if you can see that, but I got it at Walmart, so hopefully it doesn't fail us. Such a pain in the rear. And I can't really cut that hole any bigger or else we're going to get way too much on here. Just want to do a super thin layer. Actually, I'm going to go ahead get inside of there as well, because that is where the crack is, I believe. There we go. Whole bunch of wrist cramps later. It's pretty much fully sealed in there. So we go throw our second gasket on, our bowl on, let it sit for probably, I'd say 20 minutes. You're supposed to let it sit for 24 hours, but it's getting late. I want to get this thing started. And like I said, it is literally just a mock-up. Because as soon as we figure out if it's running and if I got scammed or not, we're tearing this whole thing apart and restoring the entire thing all the way down to the bolts. Just like that, she's all back together. The finishing touch. Yeah, that seal's still fine. So whenever we get our test done, you do want to put gasket maker on these or find a new seal for them, because I don't know if you could see that. There's a little tiny seal that is meant for those to keep the bowl sealed shut. And there we have it. There is our basically fully restored, oh dude, that spins amazingly now. Fully working carburetor from 1918, whatever the hell year. Finally throw this dang carburetor on. At least this will be a lot easier than the dang fuel pump, since we could actually see. One goes right there, one goes right there. It's fighting me anyway. Small engines don't like me. Alright, we're getting somewhere now. This one's slowly going in, besides the fact that I'm stuck using the wrench, because this was a super bad design on a carburetor, but also super good design because they made it just like a tractor carburetor rather than a guarded tractor. Now if you're only doing one bolt at a time like me, do not put it on super tight, so you can still move it around and line up your other bolt. Just like so. I also want to take a moment and say, those of you that are curious on where I got this idea from on slaving this barn find tractor. Well, first of all, tractors make me happy. I mean, literally I was going through a super depressing stage in my life just 2 days ago. I bought this tractor and I'm the happiest man alive. And as you may know, I have a bunch of other tractors. Like I said, I love tractors. Tractors make me happy. They're fun to do, fun to work on, and it's part of my job. But also another big factor is I watch a lot of junkyard digs. Truly amazing people. Their builds are awesome. Their barn finds are awesome. Their videos are so dang addicting. Y'all are gonna leave me for them, I'm telling you. Their channel's that addicting. Carburetor's all bolted down, almost ready to go. We gotta put our little water line, not gas line, because I'm a cheap bastard. Hopefully they don't leak because they're not rated for gas. And we gotta put our tank back on. I'm probably not gonna use the air filter yet, but I might, just because of all the rust flying around. And we could try. I'm also really hoping these lines do work. It'd be pretty cool to watch that gas pump through there, and it'll tell us if everything's working. Also, the gas tank line will run right down there, down and around, and into the carb, so we get to watch the whole show happen. Well, due to me being a complete idiot and losing my one and only plug adapter to plug my battery charger into my extension cord, we probably cannot start the tractor because it was left plugged into my other ride mower. So it's more than likely dead, but I guess we're going to go ahead and give it a shot. Here goes absolutely nothing, I'm going to assume. Clutch is disengaged, choke is out, idle's up. Nothing whatsoever. I mean, everything's plugged in. Oh man. Boy, I was losing my mind. I finally found that plug, so I'm gonna let this charge for probably 5 minutes and we'll see what happens. If nothing happens, we will have to continue into tomorrow. It is getting late. I'm starving, lack of sleep. I'm ready to hit the hay. All right, here goes nothing 2.0. We gotta hurry up because I think this train could probably move these pliers. Please give me something. Okay, either something is hooked up backwards, the battery's completely dead still, or I need to change the solenoid. I got an extra solenoid right there, I just don't feel like doing it yet. Yeah, solenoid it is. I did some testing, I didn't want to believe it, but it was the solenoid that was bad. So we're gonna go ahead and swap that over. There still is a very slim chance of this thing starting because the starter is still nearly frozen. It's able to free it up a tiny bit, but I don't think it's enough for this solenoid. Okay, everything's hooked up. I had a crap ton of power because I tried hooking the amperus up, but I had to unhook that for now. So this is test number 1. This will just be power because I'm not hooking it up at the second. And still nothing. We finally got power, boys. The starter might not work, I don't know yet, but we have little to no power. People are so annoying, but you can hear the starter. She's working. Well, it is the next day. Obviously, I'm wearing different clothes. Anyhow, that's besides the point. I'm gonna tear the starter off, tear the wiring out, replace all that shit. And then I'll bench test all that whenever all the new stuff's on it. Just so we can maybe go back to the original, but it's been a pain. I'm trying to get this thing done. I gotta go to the farm tomorrow, so if I don't get it running today, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. So we're gonna tear into all that and see if I can blow some stuff up or start an electrical fire or it runs. One of the 17 options will happen here. Man, this mount is gonna be great. Absolutely fun freaking time. But I guess it will be cool that we have this compartment to hold any starter, if any starter will work. I don't know, I'm new to this. I had it soaking in some Earl. I got my 3-inch extension. Yes, 3 inches is a lot for you noobs out there. Also, I do have the socket on here. Perverts. Oh, wait a minute. Too easy. There's a damn train coming, but I figured out the issue. Our points in our starter are broken, so I'm gonna hopefully be able to snag the same parts out of a donor starter and rebuild our original one because the mounts on the donor one won't work. So I battled with rebuilding that starter for approximately 4 hours. I made some kind of bomb out of 3 different starters, and it works, but it ended up being another bad starter with the guts inside. Oh man, as you can tell. That being said, we're gonna start stripping this whole girl down. Don't mind the mess. I'm still in the process of selling all my other project I have flipped in the past. But we're gonna start stripping this thing down, painting it, getting everything rebuilt and ready. Cause huge thanks to a fellow viewer of mine, I couldn't find a starter and he is sending one my way. So that'll be here Saturday. The inner tubes will be here tomorrow. So we'll do a little bit more Wednesday. I'll be at the farm tomorrow. Definitely could have did better with a paintbrush. This is way too runny, but we don't have the money for that, so we'll get our first coat done now until we can get some tractor paint. It's looking pretty good so far. Gotta get all them angles. I got the air box pretty stripped down as I can get it as well, but I don't think I'm gonna paint this yet. I kind of want to go with yellow, just so it kind of complements the inside of the hood when you're looking through the grill. Got 2 more engine plates painted up. Another second coat on this cover here. That's pretty much all I could do for tonight. It's getting way too dark. It's not even gonna dry tonight without having to move it in the garage. That being said, I know it's kind of an all over the place, not really anything exciting happening kind of episode. But we did what we could. we ran into issues with the starter that took all day to do, and this is my second day recording this video. So that's going to be it for this episode. Anyhow, I really hope you guys are enjoying this series so far. Again, let me know down in the comments any ideas or plans you think we should do with this thing. Got that starter coming sometime this week. So that'll be there hopefully tomorrow, honestly. Same with the inner tubes tomorrow. So we'll be doing another video on that Wednesday, because again, I'll be at my farm tomorrow. Like I said, the air filter, I want to go yellow. Just complement the grill, plus the wheels are going to be yellow. As for paint, nothing else I can do without having to fully tear into it, restore the bolts, and then paint it. So we're not going to worry about that just yet. I know she's got compressor, so it will run. We're getting gas to the carburetor. We're getting good airflow. I hooked up a string to pull started. She tried popping off. So as soon as we get that started, we'll be good to go. That's why I'm doing all this. We'll finish stripping down some stuff later on in the episodes. Really hope you guys enjoyed. I will see y'all in the next one. Until next one, take care.